Good morning guys, welcome back. It is day 3 on the Scout Hut installation and today I'm finishing off a few bits. One of the things is I'm going to sort out this horrible old manky socket that's damaged and tripping. I've got the outside work to do, so I'm going to do the air conditioning units, put the cable tray up for that and a couple of isolator switches. Yeah, getting there. So today's video is sponsored by Rhino Trade Insurance. I've just renewed my public liability insurance and I've finally got van tools in van cover, which I've been meaning to do for ages. They gave me a brilliant deal. They've got great customer service and it's a company which is run by tradesmen, so they know what it's like to be a tradesman and actually the real needs that we have, rather than just these big insurance companies who deal with all types of insurance. So if you go to the link in the description, you can get a discount off of your trade insurance if you use my discount code. So I hope that'll be of benefit to you. Hope you enjoyed this video today. If you do, smash the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out, because I post regular videos all about the life of an electrician. Hope you enjoy the video. So this is a new thing that I'm going to do. I've just been taking down this light because I forgot to mention to you that I did the light at the back yesterday, but I've not done the one at the front yet. But tool of the day, this is a new feature. I'm just going to include it in every one of my videos if I can. One tool that I recommend that I absolutely love, and today it's the Barco mini socket set. Absolutely brilliant little thing. It's SL25. I'll put a link in the description for it. It's a great little thing and I've just used it to undo the bolts on the sides of the light up there. So you could use a spanner of course, but this is just really makes it so much easier. You get a real good kind of wrench on it. So let me know if you've got one of these. Great little tool. This place is starting to destroy my soul. It's just so disheartening to see electrical work like this. So this is the light that I mentioned in the other video that I noticed it had a bit of condensation in it. So I thought I'll probably just change that. So last night I emailed the customer and I just said, I've noticed one of the lights has got water in it. Are you happy for me to change it over to a new one? And he said, yeah, that's fine. So I'm just busy doing that. But I took the cover off and literally water just poured out of it. I put a video on Instagram of it. So head over to Instagram and follow me there if you haven't done so already. But why did water get in? Well, this is why, right? Basically, he just drilled a hole in the back. No grommet, nothing. I mean, he could have put a compression gland in the top, you know, but literally just a hole in the back, and it's got like 5mm play around the cable. There's no silicone sealant, nothing. It's just bodged in. So again, I'm having to clean up after somebody else's mess, and it's just really, really stupid and annoying, because this was probably only fitted a year ago as well, you know, and it's wrecked. It's useless now. There, you can see, look. So the cable comes out of the wall there and it just goes straight into the back of the fitting. And can you see that daylight through there? It's just ridiculous. So the water, whenever it rains, the water's just been coming straight down and into the hole in the back. And he didn't even bother to put a bit of silicone in or something like that, you know. And you can see all the water here. You know, it's even got kind of mould growing in it, so it had about that much water in it. You can see the actual water line here. That's how much water was in the bottom. And it's not rained for a few days, so probably that would have been worse. And the screws in the back are all completely rusted up because the water's been coming in. So, very frustrating. Right, so I've got that new fitting up now. And what I've decided to do is go in the back with the cable, drilled out a 20mm hole and put a rubber blind grommet in, which I've just drilled a slight hole into so that it fits really nice and tight around the cable, but I'm still going to silicone it as well. And just a little tip for you, something that I've started doing now is, I don't know about you, but when you've used a tube of silicone and then the nozzle's full of silicone, it goes hard after a while, and then every time I end up like poking a screwdriver down the nozzle to try and get the hard silicone out so that I can reuse the nozzle. Well, now what I've started doing is just getting these. You can get a pack of these no nonsense multi-nozzle packs, which basically just means they're like a couple of quid or something, and then you've got 5 spare nozzles, so all you have to do is take the old nozzle off that's got the set silicone in, just put a brand new nozzle on. It saves so much time and faffing around. Let me know in the comments if you do that, or if you've got another idea. I'd love to know. So I've put a blob of silicone in the hole there around the cable, so that's all nice and sealed. But what I tend to do in these situations as well is just put a bead of silicone along the top of the fitting, so that if any water does come down the wall, rather than going down behind the fitting, it just goes around the edges, and that just will make even less likely any water going into the back of the fitting, in the screw holes or in the cable entry or anything. Right, so the next job is sorting out this rubbish. So these air source heat pump units have been wired up in this twin and earth, and then they've just connected the cables to the flexes on the pumps in connector blocks. Just slung it back there like that. So I'm going to undo this, sort it out. I've got this 100mm cable tray to go in, so I'm going to put that down the back here somewhere. Run that in, and then I've got a couple of these rotary isolators to go on. So if the cables are long enough, I'm going to put both the rotary isolators there, and that'll be quite neat and they're easy to access. I've got these little uni-trunk wall brackets to mount the cable tray on, so just going to get that all fixed. Oh, at least they put it in a little plastic bag. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What a joke. What an absolute joke. So they've wrapped it in one of those little plastic bags that you get for your fruit and veg, just to make extra sure that it's waterproof, which is very good of them, isn't it? So they got this one here, that one there. Man, I've never seen so much insulation tape used. Why? I mean, why would you do it like this? It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, so I've got these in now, new isolator, cable tray. I've conduited it down to the floor as well, just to neaten it up a bit. That one there as well. And I've earthed the cable tray, as you can see, from the isolator, and also just cable tied everything up so it's nice and neat, so it's a bit better.